Hello, FVP family. Please help me welcome Hannah Johnson to today's show. Hannah is from Discover Strength and Discover Strength franchise. Hannah, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
We are so excited to have you here. You know, you are a loyal sponsor, or Discover Strength is a loyal sponsor of the Fitness Business Podcast. So we wanted to have you come on and just kind of tell everybody about what's new with Discover Strength, maybe even introduce to our FBP family that maybe isn't aware of what Discover Strength and Discover Strength franchise is all about. So please, Hannah, why don't you just fill us in a little bit?
Great, I would be happy to. So for the people that don't know who Discover Strength is, we are a personalized strength training company here based in Minnesota. So what we really do and who we really cater to is the busy person who just doesn't have time to waste on exercise that doesn't work, right? So Discover Strength delivers 30-minute strength workouts twice a week with exercise physiologists. So it's very efficient, no more than twice per week. We follow an evidence-based methodology, and we also have those educated expert exercise physiologists. So that's Discover Strength in a nutshell. We're smaller studios, around just under 2,000 square feet across the Twin Cities area. Now, we decided to franchise 2 years ago. And, you know, through the pandemic, we're like, yep, we're still doing it. And throughout all of that, now we have 2 franchisees. So our franchisees have opened and they have completed their first quarter, and we have 2 more coming on. So really the difference with our franchise, if you're looking into franchising, or, you know, if you think whether it's a fitness franchise or a franchise in general, it's really hard to sometimes differentiate between, why would I start franchising? Why wouldn't I just go out and do this on my own? And there's a couple of reasons, right? So franchising allows you to basically not reinvent the wheel. You don't have to think of all of the processes and all of the things that you have to do when it comes to being a small business owner and make it all up yourself, right? So sometimes that can be pretty daunting for somebody to say, okay, I really want to be my own business owner, but I don't know where to start. And that's what franchising allows you to do, is we basically say, hey, this is your business. We're just giving you the playbook. So you can pick up this playbook and you can basically run your business after you pick up this playbook. So there's a couple of things when it comes to the Discover Strength franchise in general that's really beneficial and kind of sets us apart. So the first one is that we're an EOS implemented business. From even our corporate side, we've been on EOS for, you know, at least 7 years, probably 8 years. And what that is it's tools and processes to help you run your business more efficiently. So we have all of that knowledge and we pass it on to our franchisees. The second is it's a low capital required. So when you think about opening up a gym, a lot of people don't understand how much capital you need to open up a big facility like that. And it can be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in equipment and build out. Well, with our studios only being 2,000 square feet and the amount of equipment that we have within that space, limited. We don't have any locker rooms. There's no pools. There's no childcare. We have one focus, and that's strength training, personalized strength training. So it allows you to have low capital to get in. So it's anywhere, it can range a little bit from $240,000 to $470,000 on the high end, depending on your build out. So it's low capital to kind of get your foot in the door with a franchise. Now, the last thing that really sets us apart, and this goes for not just fitness, but this goes for any franchise or any business that you want to start, is it subject to fad or fashion, right? So when you start your own business, you want it to be everlasting, right? You don't want to be like, okay, people are into this right now, but are they going to be into this in like 5 years or 10 years? And you see this all the time, whether it's fitness, but especially in food. So a couple of examples that we've seen even over the years is like even when you talk about like office culture of bringing food to work. So people used to bring muffins, right? And people really into muffins. And then it was bagels. Everyone brought bagels, and there was a bunch of bagel franchises like Burgers Bagels, Einstein Bagels, right? You could name a million of them. Then it went from bagels to donuts, right? And now there's like all these artisanal donuts and things that you can, I mean, donut shops popping up here and there. Well, now we have cookies, right? People are really into cookies, and there are cookie shops popping up left and right. And guess what happened to the bagel shops, right? They started closing. Guess what happened to some of the muffin shops? They closed. And so we know that strength training, supervision are not subject to fad or fashion. So we follow this evidence-based methodology to make sure that your business and what people need and the results that they're getting is not going to be something that goes out of style. And the research is coming out more and more that strength training is something that is really beneficial for your overall health, more so than a lot of other different types of modality of exercise. So we got a little bit lucky with that one, but also it is evidence-based, which you can feel confident that when you open up a business that is evidence-based or follows research, that it's going to be everlasting. So those are the three things that really set our franchise apart from other franchises or other businesses that you might be looking into.
So Hannah, you mentioned about, exercise physiologists. Do you have to be an exercise physiologist in order to open a franchise?
You do not need to be an exercise physiologist to open a franchise. The 3 franchises that we have awarded already are not exercise physiologists, so you do not. You do need to hire exercise physiologists, and we have all the processes in place to show you exactly how to do that.
Okay, well, that's good news. I give you guys a lot of credit. I remember like it was yesterday, Luke, speaking with him and him trying to get the franchise up and running, and COVID hit. Literally, I swear within like the same month, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see that you guys are coming out of the woods here and you're still thriving and surviving.
Yes. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been so exciting to see our franchisees and how they're doing after their first quarter, and having a couple more people come on board and seeing them thrive and picking up their locations and them getting excited. And what we've also seen is that the studio market has been wonderful. I think after COVID, a lot of people were saying, not people, but news outlets were even saying the studio is dead or the gym is dead. And we just have not seen that whatsoever in our corporate studios or our franchisees. They have been doing so incredibly well. COVID did not affect us like they thought they would.
Right. Now, I know Discover Strength is originally based there in Minnesota. Does the franchise have to remain within Minnesota, or can they go anywhere in the United States?
We are opening up territories across the United States. So we're actually slowing down on awarding franchises in Minnesota. And we are looking for, specifically if people are in the Arizona area or Texas, those are great markets. We have a wonderful software to tell us and pinpoint exactly where our franchisees should be located. And we have early data that says, Arizona and Texas are great areas. So, if you are in that area and you're interested in opening your own fitness company, we would love to have that conversation.
Okay, so while you're kind of calling out people there in Arizona, Texas, and like you said, you'd even be open to some other locations. If somebody out there listening is like, I think maybe I'd like to explore a little bit more about opening a Discover Strength franchise, where do they go?
So they would simply go to discoverstrength.com. And then at the top, you'll see own a franchise. You'll click on that. Your first step is just to set up a screening call. So what that is you get to have a conversation with our support team and understand, is this going to be feasible for you or not? Where do you want to be located? So you can have that quick conversation without diving full on into the process. So it's a 10-minute phone call. And then after that, if you're accepted and you want to move through, then you meet with our executive team to go through our concept overview, so you learn more about Discover Strength. You also are shared our FDD, as well as the last step would be the Join the Movement Day. So that's really where you get to meet the whole team. You come to Minnesota at our corporate office and really dive into what the franchise offering is and ultimately make your decision.
Okay. And then is it at that point that you would invest financially into the franchise?
There's a little bit of a delay because we have to legally give you time after that Join the Movement Day, after you get some certain paperwork. So there's a little bit of a delay, but ultimately, once you come to Join the Movement Day, most people's minds are made up at that point.
Oh, well, that's exciting. Well, I hope anybody out there in our FBP world, honestly, if you just even maybe have an inkling of maybe wanting to own a franchise, please give Discover Strength a chance, right? Just a phone call, right, Hannah?
Just a phone call, and you can see tons of information on our website, and we are always open to conversations as well.
Yeah, just get the conversation started. It's the best way to start. Well, Hannah, thank you so much for coming on and giving us a partner update. Like I said before, we're just always so glad to have Discover Strength linked with the Fitness Business Podcast. They kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Thanks for having me, Dory.
All right, so 4 franchises?
4 franchises.
All right. So the next time we get together, I hope that that's 8 franchises.
I hope it's more than that, Dory. I hope it's close to 100.
All right. Again, Hannah Johnson from Discover Strength. Also, Luke Carlson is obviously, the founder, I should say, of Discover Strength. So, yep, we want to definitely give him a big shout out. I wasn't sure if I was getting you or Luke today. So we got Hannah, which is awesome. So tell Luke that we said hello, and also thank you very much. And hopefully we'll see you guys at URSA.
Yes, you will. We'll see you soon.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Hannah, for coming on today.